one of the great venues to watch a game in any sport and one of the best home crowds in any sport, Soldier Field in Chicago. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with the Detroit Lions. The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble to bring it. Get out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Now hold everything by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerged from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we, as the Bears get set to match up with the Detroit Lions.
Matt Prater to kick off for Detroit.
The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The first carry for the shifty Tariq Cohen, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. This is the receiver turned running back, Cordero Patterson. That one a first down pickup of 8.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take down one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. First carry now for David Montgomery. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
The ball carrier.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle, feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
At the 36-yard line.
Oh, we're always talking about the athleticism we see from these guys on the field. How about the intelligence as well? He recognized that there was a screen pass on that one, broke off his pass rush, and got back to tackle the running back. That's great scouting and great reaction.
Well, that last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on 3rd. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. From his own goal line, Darnold. And no, incomplete.
Darnold's
Boy, they took a shot there on the first play, tried to start it out with a bang, but it's second down.
When you're backed up this deep, sometimes defenses sacrifice coverage for pass rush because they know you can only go so far on your pass drop. You've got the back of the end zone. So they came after him. He took the shot downfield. He didn't connect, but boy, that was force against force.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Kenny Galladay, the Pro Bowler, was his intended target. Third down here.
By Kyle Fuller.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now fourth down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
Here comes the Lions punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0, and the Bears take over.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of script.
He's got the lane, and there he goes. Touchdown, Chicago. Andy Isabella, 77 yards. And the Bears have taken the early lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts. All right, because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Brett Maher is set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Maher to kick it away. Jamal Agnew now to return it. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Now Darnold. A slant to Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
2 yards.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense, rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Chubb again the ball.
It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Field goal would have been a decent length at 55 yards. They keep the kicking unit on the sideline. They're going for it. They'll run for it. Chubb. And try to push his way forward, but I think he's going to be short. And he is short. Nick Chubb stops short. And the Bears will get the football back.
It's a turnover on downs.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
And 7.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They run with Patterson. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. Now Trubisky to throw. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
20-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Khalil Mack make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. A run for Nick Chubb. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Third and long, it's Darnold. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. The shotgun snap for Darnold. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there.
Pass. Complete.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great. And they're fun. They become a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all.
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Bilal Nichols never giving up. He works his way to the QB for a loss of 12.
3rd and less than a yard.
The Lions on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Darnold from the gun. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before.
He's got daylight. The 40. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen, 88 yards. And the Bears are able to show off their quick strike ability. Had the option to hand that one off or run it himself, but instead, a really easy, quick pass.
I like the way they made a decisive decision and get it right to the receiver. One move later, he's in the end zone.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Bears 14. Lions nothing. Brett Maher is set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Maher to kick it away. To return, here's Agnew. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Agnew on the return. The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 the score as they regroup with 1st and 10. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. The About 3 yards there to the 27.
Tariq Cohen, the ball.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
2nd and 7.
Second and 7. Patterson on the carry. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards there, first down. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed, getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast, the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They go play action. Trubisky rolling to his right. That's complete to Mooney. A lot of work to get away and outside of the pocket, but no actual yardage there on the catch. It's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. On 2nd down now, it's Patterson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. 3 touchdown passes now for Mitchell Trubisky. And the Bears will extend their lead. Boy, so if you are scoring at home, Charles, and God bless you if you are, but that's now 3 drives and 3 touchdowns.
So in a baseball game, wouldn't that wreak havoc on your scorecard?
Yes.
I mean, with all the action that's happening now, how they got here, whatever cliche you want to bring into it, they're locked into a groove, they're clicking on all cylinders. Bottom line, they're piling up the points.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Darnold. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28.
First down.
On first down, Darnold. Open man is Galladay, complete. Touchdown, Detroit. Kenny Galladay, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead. Down 3 scores already. This game was really in danger of getting away from them. They needed a drive like that, especially on the road.
Not only to calm themselves, but maybe tamp down the crowd a little bit because everything was against them. As you noted, this game could have gotten away from them very easily, but instead, the calming drive, now they have a little bit more confidence. Okay, we're back in it. All right, we're ready to go. That was impressive.
And the defense now needs to reciprocate. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
18-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with this
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Duron Harmon. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
They'll give it to Chubb, and he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown.
Touchdown.
Nick Chubb hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer. And this time he gets it to go as it is up and good.
Makes the score Bears 21, Lions 13. Matt Prater to kick off for Detroit.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
3 yards the gain there, second down.
At the 30-yard line.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. Got a man, it's Patterson, complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
At the 45-yard line.
Push him back. Push him back. Right here, guys. Mike 51. Mike 51. You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby. Go, Mike 51. Mike. Red, up. Hey, it's coming up.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Big gains in succession. Last one was over 20. This one over 30. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit.
A 29-yard attempt.
McCann's kick up and good. And the lead now 11, 24-13. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Sometimes you need a friend, not the ones that just show up and don't put nothing in. You know the ones that lend their hand and want to see you win.
Brett Maher is set to kick off.
It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. To return, here's Agnew. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Jamal Agnew on the return. The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
The intended target, T.J. Hawkinson, but it's going to be second down.
At the 24-yard line.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Darnold. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he is going to have a Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Off of play action, Darnold. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. Kyle Fuller there defensively.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Back to throw, Darnold. Oh, a scram for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That goes for a gain of 31.
First down, Detroit.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now Chubb. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Now they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They run it again with Chubb.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
3rd down.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Darnold now to throw. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42.
Lock in, lock in. You must be getting tired of seeing me. Mike 51, Mike 51. You got nothing today. You got nothing. Ran, 51 to Mike. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
Now Trubisky. He's going to loft one deep left side here. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Andy Isabella, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year as the Bears push further out in front. Always important to get the first score of the 2nd half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. To return, here's Agnew. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do.
And Darnold got to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet and make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Glad you're with us from Soldier Field in Chicago. Third quarter here, 2nd and 10. Now it's Trubisky. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
The 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3.
Let's go, D. Let's go. 51's the mic. 51's the mic.
Here's Trubisky to throw. This one caught by Isabella. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That'll put him up over 160 yards receiving now for the game. They can't seem to stop it.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, Patterson. And Justin Coleman brings him down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a 1st at the Lions' 21. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the 2nd half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
Ball carrier.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Patterson. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So now after the face mask penalty, here's 1st and goal. A shotgun handoff to Patterson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be 2nd and goal. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Back now at Soldier Field.
31.
It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. He's going to keep, and he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Mitchell Trubisky, a 4-yard touchdown scamper. And the Bears will add on to their lead. And maybe that was just a case of completely overlooking the guy holding the football.
It certainly felt like it, didn't it? Because on my checklist, okay, as a defender,
QB's last.
running back, fullback, heck, jet sweeps nowadays. Before you even get to thinking about the quarterback might actually keep it.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
And the Lions first down.
Check, 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 check. Play 56.
On the carry, it's Chubb. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
He was brought down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And that'll be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Yards to go.
The Lions on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 6. Darnold. And that will be incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete passer we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball. Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today. Well, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half. And I get it. In this situation, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? Hey, you want to go for it here? We shut you down. They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
I got it. Hey, Mike 51, Mike 51. Let's set it up.
Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground, as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. On the option, Trubisky. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line.
Brought down back at
this will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike. Alert, alert! Alert, alert! You're not ready. Begin.
And unable to connect on the long pass. He actually brings it in, but he was out of bounds, incomplete. So they decline it, as that will bring up 4th. And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs
when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So the field goal unit is coming on here, and boy, this is going to be darn near impossible. And as is to be expected, this is nowhere near being good from that distance. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, he does have a good leg, I'll give him that, but not that good.
Not by a long shot.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Mike 56, Mike 56. And we heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges.
They run, Chubb, and a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
You. Mike 56. Mike 56. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
And again, it's Chubb. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Brings up 3rd down.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. Instead of a 3rd and 4, now they have to manage a 3rd and 9 after the delay of game. To throw is Darnold. Darnold, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And, partner, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but, man, just in general, those laterals, they can be so risky, and we see the risk that can be involved right there.
And you just have to know, and we've seen it because we've been at a lot of practices, it's not something that's practiced very often. You know, in that situation, you don't see guys really working on it. Maybe like we're bringing the rugby guys in to help us with tackling. Maybe we ask them to help us with the laterals as well and make that a better play.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Chubb. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Kenny Galladay, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
Well, if you've got him in your fantasy league, you like his production, his second touchdown of the game. But right now, his team is trailing. Fortunately, he's playing pretty well and trying to keep them in it.
Yeah, they might need a little more from him here.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they continue to call his number. Right now, he needs his defense to step up and give him a chance.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. They're going to start the drive here on the ground with Patterson. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
Yeah, this is going to depend on the spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one, and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. Once more, they turn to Patterson. And he loses the football a 2nd time. And a gadget play here on 4th down winds up backfiring. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. the ground. It's Chubb. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
Well, we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that could hurt you.
So for the Bears, their very slim playoff hopes get a boost as they move to 5-7. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Houston Texans next week. Meanwhile, for the Lions, the playoffs look to be out of reach now as they drop to 4-8. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Green Bay Packers. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.